It's October 2025. I'm Simon Woodhouse. This is Keryl. Well, if you'd met us both 20 years ago exactly, we'd have looked like this. Well, Keryl was sailing and I had more hair. Keryl is a 40-foot Class A ocean racing yacht. Built for a lady by Harry King's Yard in 1936. She's been my home for 20 years, and after 20 years of running repairs to keep her going, there's really nothing left to screw back into. So I'm here for a complete rebuild. So far we've put a keel in, the bow timbers are looking great, we've had to move boat yards, and we're now working on the stern. Welcome back to Keryl Reborn. This 2-week segment takes us from the sublime that make this boat beautiful to the ridiculous. Oh, you fucker. Disappointment and good surprises. Anyway, this episode we're going to be delving in to these stern timbers, getting to know them and quite what I'm going to replace them with. We'll start with the deadwood. So this great deadwood that sat in there is the great bracket that holds everything together. The piece of wood I've got in mind for this, I've always had in mind for this since it failed to be the 4-foot. Let's go and have a look at it. So you can see straight away what a great triangle. It's a good start, isn't it, for that deadwood. So the next one, stern post. Poor old fella. He's long been split, decayed. Still heavy though. I don't have anything that quite does that job in stock, so need to order that. I'll probably be using a Pepe like the rest of the timber of the spine. I really like it. I need to get that one ordered. So one last trip to East Brothers. And this is Keryl's new stern post. And the next one in our sequence is this ever so important horn timber. So this has to be an A-grade piece of timber. Whatever I choose, it has to be pretty much perfect. And just by chance, I discovered that I might have it in stock. Now you may have noticed a few episodes ago, I just mentioned that I'd been gifted some great big beams of Iroko. And that's what I was told that it was. In fact, the best identification I've got on it, by my belief, is that this is Greenheart. Now I could tell from the grain, the colour, the weight of this that it wasn't Iroko. The way I can illustrate it to you is this. So this is Iroko from a decking project at work. This is a pot of water. And there's Iroko. Floats quite happily. This is a piece of that Greenheart. It sinks like a stone. And I think I've got the perfect piece. Come and have a look. Of all the timbers I would ever choose to do that important structural job, Greenheart would be on the list. But it probably wouldn't be bought because of that risk of splitting. But this, if it doesn't have cracks through its centerline, and it's 100 years old, so it's probably not going to now, that could be perfect. So let's get cracking with the horn timber. I take off any old fastenings and begin to transfer the details to a plywood template. I plane the edges true, mark out the joint with the old transom, then take it over to the Greenheart slab. There are a couple of old fastenings still in the timber, so I ease them with a drill bit and then cobble up an impromptu slide hammer from a pair of mould grips, threaded bar and an old rigging screw. Seems to work. Measured twice, cut once with such a priceless piece of wood when we got our first rough cut of the blank. From the first rough cut, I move on to fairing the sides to the true square. Next is the tenon, which sits onto the transom. It tapers in two directions and needs careful cutting to set the face. To help, I cut the angle on a pair of blocks to make a quick saw guide. All the setting out pays off with a beautiful fit to the old teak transom. Good few months ago, I bought myself a brand shiny new chainsaw and went to go slabbing oak with my friend Mighty Mike here, and within 15 seconds of switching of starting it, Mike broke it. It's a bit of a lie, it was cheap Chinese junk and it just didn't survive. Absolutely. I then had to go to work and make some money and buy a new one, and as I can say now, this is a chainsaw. Now Mike's not allowed to use it, but I don't think he could break it anyway. Look at the size of that. Today's mission is not so far away, it's just here in Lymington. I've been granted or gifted the crown of an oak tree in a beautiful garden very close to here. So let's go see what we can do, eh? You see, Michael, I take you to the best places.
So very exciting.
This is the tree I've been gifted. It's a voyage of discovery, this. We don't know what we'll find in there, but plenty to play with. And that's my new baby chainsaw. Right, so this is what Mike does to chainsaws. Brand new saw.
Pull the chain off.
Brand new saw has broken it already.
I haven't broken it, it's pulled the chain off. Doing man's talk. I'm going to play with the expert one whilst you do that.
So, yeah.
Well, that's a lot of rock going into there.
That's a lot of rock going that which could be this old damage here.
Yeah.
So that's the end of a day. We're losing the light here in the woods to work anymore, and I think Mike's getting tired. We've got to come back and slab these another day, but you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 and a couple of smaller pieces. Get some curves out, and we know that there's no rot in each one of these pieces. It's been hard fought to get these out. Anyway, alright, let's see how we get on with slabbing next time. Entasis. You look that up on Wikipedia, you'll find a lot of information about classical architecture, the columns particularly on the facades of classic Greek and Roman buildings. What it is about the optical illusion that something that is built square often looks dished, looks wrong. And it's happening here. So this is Keryl's horn timber. This is the old one, and that's the one I'm making underneath in our beautiful Greenheart. But there's a very subtle detail, and there's a curve running the length of this, and that's what I need to transfer over. So you think of the bow of Keryl, the curve of the bow, and then her counter stern hanging at the back. Well, that has this little bit of positive curve. That's what I've got to take off. I start by bending on a batten whilst eyeing up the lines from the old timber. Next is setting the depth marks for the curve. I set the skill saw to the drawn line, then graze a cut across the timber. When I'm planing, these will tell me that I've gone deep enough. Then it's hours of planing. Checking. And planing again. The final result is worth every hour spent working on it. And just as a complete aside, my dad's come to visit. So, what do you think of it so far? You can say it.
Scrap wood.
Do you think I'll finish it in time to take you sailing?
I would wish that to happen, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm going for it, hey.
Definitely go for it when I see the amount of scrap wood around and the new sparkling timbers going in now. It's a job that far exceeds anything I could ever think of you being able to do.
It's only a step away from my Lego as a kid, isn't it?
Yeah, but at least you could put that there and press your button. Now you've got to drill
Oh yeah, hole. You can't swear, we'll be struck off YouTube.
A big hole. But yes, you're doing a good job.
We'll get there, eh?
Yeah.
I'll turn the camera off now and stop embarrassing my dad. Now, IKEA don't sell 1930s wooden yachts, but if they did, probably look like this. This is Keryl's interior, hatches, fittings, components, a rig, toilets down there, everything that I took apart from this boat when I started the project. And I acquired a container to store it all in. And what I'm here for today, though, are these. These are the remnants of Keryl's teak tow rails. They were so far gone, so many patches of rot and rust and fastenings and staining and blemishes. There was no chance of ever reusing them again. But teak is so precious that I kept it all just to give me a source to match her old original 30s teak wherever I might need it. Today's job is repairing that transom. To plug the old fastening holes, I need to make some teak dowels, and this is what the old tow rails are here for. I slice, then square them into battens, but to make them round I need to make a jig. Simple blocks of a pepe can be opened up for different sizes of batten. My jig holds the battens while I plane the corners off. A quick sand tapers the nose down, and I made this plate at Fusion Welding, 5mm stainless with accurate holes drilled through. I hammer the roughs through for perfect round dowels. Another jig cuts to length. Then they are glued in and cleaned off. It's magic to see the old transom slotting home again. I know this is only the first dry fit, but it certainly feels the right direction to be going in. The horn timber needs a bit more help though, and as ever the Boatyard boys come to the rescue. Guess I'll be paying for this in Guinness. Go on, baby, raise me up. At the very start of this episode, you would have noticed some footage and film of Keryl and I sailing. Those films are lifted from a TV documentary series called Boatyard that Keryl and I were subjects of, or part of that documentary all that time ago. And for me, it's a great resource to go back and refresh as to why I'm doing this. Because sometimes it feels a far, far distance from here to sailing again. But jobs like this, kind of why we do it. There was such a time to profile this timber, to get that curve on it, to get it to be sweet, to understand that it needed that. And now I see it in, you can barely notice that curve. It's doing its job. It's that process of that illusion of entasis, that without that curve this would look hollow. With that curve, well, you barely notice it. It just looks straight. Those are the nuances, aren't they? They're the details that make this boat beautiful. See you next time on Keryl Reborn. Well, I kind of liked that one. Oh, yeah. Oh, you'd have heard that. Ow. Don't walk into clamps. I'm in that. Is it bleeding? It's October 2025. I'm Simon Woodhouse and this is Keryl. Although, if you'd seen us both 20 years ago, we'd have looked like this.